Alright, so there was one thing that I forgot to mention in the previous video. I mentioned the police union briefly in passing, but I forgot to mention the fact that they're actually trying to get the NFL to investigate Michael Bennett. Investigate him for what, who knows? Investigate him for, I don't know, being black and accusing a police officer of something. Who knows? Like, these police unions are a problem, and I support unions in general, like especially like workers unions and things like that. But more oftentimes than not, these police unions are like taking gas and putting it on the flame. They don't come in with the water trying to extinguish the fire. They come in with the gasoline to make the fire bigger. And what I said in the previous video of not being sure exactly whether or not they knew about Bennett's political views about Israel-Palestine, they said something in particular. The police union said something in particular with regards to Michael Bennett and the flag protest. They mentioned the flag protest sort of, I guess, as some sort of justification for why they thought he should be investigated. They said, and I'm paraphrasing, but they said something like, well, the NFL may condone disrespect in general. This was the general idea. The NFL may condone Michael Bennett and his views, his disrespectful views about police officers, but we don't like that. So, we think that, you guys should do something about him. That was the gist of the article. Or not the article, but that was the gist of the letter. And if you are trying to make the argument that Michael Bennett wasn't targeted because of his political views, maybe not so much Israel-Palestine, but his political views about police brutality, that is the last thing that you should say. The mere fact that you're even bringing that up makes people like me believe that, no, you guys did know, or maybe you did know that he was going to be there, maybe you didn't. Maybe somebody just saw him and said, hey, let's F with that guy. And that might not have happened. That might not have happened, but you don't put a statement out there like that and not expect people to think that his protest of the national anthem might have had something to do with the reason he was targeted in the first place. It was a horrible letter. It was a horrible letter and should never have been sent to the NFL. Now, luckily, the NFL replied and basically was like, no, we're not doing that. The NFL, I've criticized the NFL a lot recently, as a lot of people have. But in this particular situation, they seem to be backing up Michael Bennett for the moment. Hopefully that lasts. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because I forgot to mention that in the last video. And I still support Michael Bennett, regardless of whatever happens. And I hope the best for him. I know in a situation like that, and he mentioned this in the press conference that he gave. And when a situation like that where you have a cop who threatens to blow your effing head off, okay, you don't know if you're going to see tomorrow. Like people who are police state apologists and state violence deniers, you guys have to put this mess into your head, because a lot of you guys aren't getting this mess. Like, we're talking about life and death here. Like, these are not hypothetical, mythological situations. Okay, we're literally talking about people. If they didn't know if Michael Bennett had another cop behind him, like somebody who really wanted to kill him, and they didn't know that was him, you don't know what could have happened. So before some of y'all start going off at the mouth talking about how police are justified in doing everything that they do, and you got some of y'all out there just want to make excuses for state violence because the victims just so happen to be non-white, you really need to check yourself immediately. And that's all I have to say about that. For real this time.